friends. Welcome to my garage. Our pantry room is what we call this room, and in it are floor to ceiling shelves that are about 6 feet long where we store canned goods, and you are currently sitting in that space. We have buckets of dried goods, beans and oats and rice and flour. We have another shelf that has totes full of food. We have totes full of food that don't fit on the shelves. And we have 2 freezers and an extra refrigerator with a freezer on top. And I have been working through a pantry challenge inspired by Jessica at Three Rivers Homestead. Looking around at the food that we have, there is just so much food. We are a week into June, and the first several days of June were really busy with my son's graduation and his graduation party and my daughter's birthday and our homeschool expo, and we had guests at our house for 3 days, and so things have been a little weird. There were some things that I bought for that time period specifically. But now that that's kind of settled down, I have been looking at the food that we have, knowing that we are going to be adding to our food stores in the coming months with seasonal produce that we buy, as well as what comes out of the garden. And we will have 2 full hogs butchered this fall. So that will be coming in. There's just a lot. And looking at my freezers in particular, they really need defrosted, and they cannot be defrosted because they are full of food and there's nowhere to put it. It really never got cold enough this winter for a long enough stretch that I could box things up and put them outside and then defrost the freezers. So it's been building up, and 2 of them have gotten left open just like a hair recently, and so, ice built up in there because of that. So I've been trying to get things organized and see what we have and see how long we can do a pantry and freezer challenge for. The Three Rivers challenge is just for the month of June. I'm going to say we're going to probably go beyond that. And yes, we will be essentially using things up just to restock them, but they need to be used up and rotated through. On Instagram in my stories today, I was sharing that we have this big freezer behind me. This is a really big freezer, a really big upright freezer, and it's supposed to be just meat. And then we have a much smaller upright freezer that's supposed to be everything else except meat. And then the refrigerator freezer kind of fluctuates. It's kind of whatever doesn't fit, doesn't, go into categories, whatever. So today, whenever I was cleaning out the small freezer, I found so much meat in the freezer that's not supposed to have any meat in it. There's just so much. There's so much. So I've been coming out here in between doing other things and just moving a few things here, a few things there, trying to get it organized. I don't know if I'm going to actually put make a spreadsheet, whatever, of all of this stuff, but just I need to know what we have. And of course, there's other things that need used up. There's things you saw in my root cellar prep for canning season kind of thing, that there was things that we need to use up in there. We've already kind of started bringing things in because we went and picked 52 pounds of strawberries last week, and they are now in the freezer. The one that's not supposed to hold meat. They are in there now, but it's just overwhelming. It's a wonderful thing to have too much food, but it's also overwhelming. And, we've spent more so far this year, I think, than I really would have liked to have spent for the year as a whole. So we're going to use stuff up. This freezer is, of course, we don't buy anything new ever. I don't even know if you can see here. See how bad that ice is? It needs cleaned out really badly. But this is the meat freezer, and I think at this point, other than a few things that are on the door over here, I think it is mostly meat. It just needs to be reorganized. The shelves are like breaking out of it. I think it's because things are so heavy. So I put this tote in there to kind of help hold it up because the shelves do have Freon in them, or whatever the refrigerant is that they use now. I don't know if it's still Freon, but we're holding it up there. There's so much. Right now, the tote, I can't point in this. The tote is full of like chicken patties and a bag of chicken tenders that I didn't even know we had. And then there's 2 hams. There's, what else is in there? Oh, the stir fry stuff that I got at the discount store. That whole box is in there. The next shelf up is all hamburger. All of it's hamburger. There's a lot in there. There's a lot. So I'm going to finish cleaning this up and show you real quick what we have. And hopefully I will get to record some of the meals we're making, especially as we go along. We are 1 week into it, but that first week, it's easy, right? It's easy because you've gone grocery shopping. You're just, it's easy. It's just like any other week. But whenever you go further and you've skipped weeks and you're running low, that's where it gets interesting. So let's finish cleaning this up and I will show you what it looks like. Okay, here we go. I was able to break off a lot of that ice, so I'm happy with that. The top shelf is all pork products, bacon, pork roast, loin roast, pork chops, a ham, except for 2 chickens. There's raw chicken tenders, split chicken breasts, 3 bags of chicken wings, 2 things of chicken thighs, and 2 of boneless, skinless breasts, 4 beef roasts, and a corned beef roast. This one's empty. This is all rope sausage. This is all hamburger. Stir fry, the steaks my husband bought, 2 hams, and the chicken patty things. Ham hocks. These are sliced like deli ham. 2 pounds of chorizo, pork chops, pepperoni, meatballs, beef pizza topping. These are all pork chops. This is bread dough, smoked sausage, and then just 1 thing of Italian sausage. And this is all just salt and pepper pork sausage. Now for the smaller freezer. The door. These jars are orange syrup. I really need to use that. That's like 3 years old. Some dehydrated onions, dehydrated strawberries, and then the rest of it is chocolatey things, chocolate chips, Hershey Kisses, melting chocolate, and then there's nuts, trail mix, dried fruit. On the bottom here there's more melting chocolate, and then all of this, the whole way up, is fruits and vegetables, either purchased or from our garden. Some of these, like the elderberries, excuse me, the elderberries need to be used up. There are mulberries in here from last year that need to be used up. These are all onions and peppers and celery, and it'll be time to restock that soon. And pumpkin, lots of stuff to use. And then the last one is just the little bit that's in this fridge freezer. The door is mostly just freezer packs. And we have 3 things of cheese. They're getting old. I need to pull them out and do something with them. And the same with this whipping cream. It's pretty old. I have 1 package of breakfast sausage that I overlooked, 1 tub of Cool Whip, cranberries. This is icing. My 11-year-old's really into cake decorating right now. There's these mini bagels. They're actually pretty good. We have probably 2 breakfasts left of those. This is a big bag of grapes, blueberries, and peaches. And yes, it needs cleaned desperately. When it's empty, I will do that. But that is what we are working with right now. You can see all the ice that I shoveled out the door from the freezer. So that's what it's looking like here at the beginning of June. So that's it for what's in the freezers at the beginning of this challenge. I'm hoping to use up a lot of it and just be able to restock it with fresh things. Of course, this is only, a portion of our food. We have a lot of other shelf-stable things, plus the 2 refrigerators. We've got a lot of food, and it's time to do something with some of the stuff that has been hanging out for a long time. So I hope you'll stick around. I'm hoping to do some more videos about the meals that we're doing and the food that we're using up. And of course, then once it's used up, then we can go shopping and we can restock these things with fresh items for my family. So as a reminder, my name is Sarah and I am a mom of 8. So there are 10 of us in our household. So when you're looking at this amount of food, keep that in mind, Also, if you want to see more kind of up-to-date things and things I don't have time to take videos of, but I have time to take pictures of, follow me on Instagram. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.